All right, everybody, welcome to my first posting on Instagram on the Triad Pairs account. Normally, what I would do is I just have the lick and I'm just going to do like a 2 minute analysis of whatever it is. But I thought because it was my first posting, I'd kind of describe what I'm trying to do in a little more detail. So basically, I'm just creating the page as a repository of ideas. And I think what I'm going to do is probably alternate between my own ideas and an established artist's ideas. I think if you're like me, you may tend to sort of not transcribe entire solos, but maybe just ideas. Because I always find that when I transcribe an entire solo, there's just sort of key points that stick with me. And so I've had a lot more of a tendency to just work on, you know, singular ideas as opposed to like transcribing entire solos. But anyway, this lick here I'm actually kind of proud of because it came from a lesson I was teaching the other day with a Skype student where I was showing side slip concepts and I played something quite naturally like this. And I realized that I'm starting to get a really good grasp of this particular approach here, and I thought people would find it rather interesting. So I kind of worked on it a little bit and came up with this. So let's just take a look at the lick. First measure is really simple. It's a D minor lick. You can see it's heavily stacked in fourths and very similar to, you know, something that McCoy Tyner or John Coltrane would play during the classic quartet days. Now going into the second measure, you can see that I play a B flat minor seventh arpeggio, and it's anticipated by half a beat, which is something that's fun to do. And that gives us some very serious alterations on top of that G7th. So as you can see, the B flat is the flat 9, the D flat is the sharp 11th, the F is the flat 7th, the A flat is the flat 9, back up to the D flat, and then I land really strong on that third beat on a B natural. So that's inside. Looking at the next measure, you could describe this as an F sharp major triad figure or an F sharp major pentatonic figure. And I think that might be a little bit more accurate. But it's side slipping outside the key, meaning everything in that line is outside the key. Okay? And you can see that it works because I voice lead by step on the end of the final beat of the measure right into a figure that centers around a C triad, and it brings it in for a nice resolution. So the only thing I want to tell you is if you're going to start exploring this, you better make sure that you can get into that outside line and out of that outside line with pure eighth notes and voice leading by step. Okay? That's really, really fundamental, because if you can't do that, you are going to cause yourself quite a mess. Okay? So anyway, check back soon and I'll have a new idea for you. Thanks.